All right, so that was extremely easy to put together, thank God. I don't know how they do this for $42, but I'm not here to argue with that. I'm going to ask one of my patrons, who also happens to be an actual, much more skilled fiber artist than I, and I'm going to ask her about if it's okay for my loom warps to be looser around the outer edge than they are towards the middle. I'm not sure, but I can tell that I showed you the kind of like gear locking mechanism to tighten either side. I promise I'll look up the actual names of these. This is the part that smashes it down, and then this is what changes which set of threads is on top. I think I turned it the wrong way. There we go. Don't fight it. Okay, so you can see that it switches. I think these are heddles. No. Either, okay, it switches those. And on our little document here, you can turn the white warps and fix with the woodblock. We did that. We can thread the string shuttle through the white warps. Make sure a certain length of string is left at the end. A certain length? What is the certain length? Unhelpful. Turn the top axis to 270. We did that. Thread the long string shuttle. Please do not make a tight turn so that the white warps stay parallel. Oh, okay, I think they're saying not to, like when you put it through, not to over tighten it so it pulls these inward, or else it will make a much thinner piece. Now, this warp that's on here feels very different than the warp that I bought, because I bought a bunch of other looms to try for fun. It also says use the red comb to move the string lines closer together. I doubt that that's what that's called. I think it's the warp and the weft. To like it mushes the weft, which is the part you're weaving. Reverse the top axis. Got that. Okay. And then all we had to do was add 2 screws. I would like to say that the screws, where they went, it had a really nice feature, which is a plastic insert that is in the wood. This is just like probably pine. It's not lime wood or balsa. It's probably just like really cheap white pine or fir. So it's a soft wood, and it will lose tension over time just by virtue of the type of wood it is. That is why things that are made out of hardwood cost more, is because the wood won't distort over time. So building this out of oak takes much heavier tools to get through hardwood than it would to make it out of cheap pine. So what they did to kind of prevent that is all of these joints are basically just, these are just kind of like nails or little rivets. But this one has, as you saw in the assembly video, a plastic liner, and that allows the screw to bite, or bolt in this case, because it doesn't have a pointy end. It's not self-sinking. So it allows the bolt to bite into the plastic, and you get a much tighter tie down and more forgiving joint than you would have otherwise. I also wanted to show off for my disabled buddies. This tool is a godsend. It's a Stanley ratcheting mini screwdriver. It comes with a bunch of extra screw heads, Phillips and flat, in different sizes and pointinesses. But the best part is the ratcheting. Excuse my sweaty hands. So you can ratchet it, and then you are not going to over tighten any screws. You're not going to ruin any of your projects, and you're also not going to abuse your hands, because you don't have to make the full circular rotation. You can just use the ratcheting function as you saw in the video. So if you don't have one of these, you should get one. It's a godsend, and I use it all over the house. Don't buy a cheap brand in tools. There's a reason the cheap ones are cheap. Buy good tools. You know, love yourself. Anyway, the reason that I wanted to get this is, if you remember in my dyeing experiments that we all went through earlier this year, I created gobs of like beautiful natural yarn that I can make into little wall hangings and whatnot. And so I wanted to try to do that. And I thought looming would be a really fun activity for us all to try out. And this, it literally goes from $42 to $400. There's very little room in between as far as looms of actual shuttles that move up and down. So this is just my intro video to the loom. His working name currently is Orlando Loom, and that was recommended by one of my Facebook group members. You are welcome to come join me over on the Weaver Birds, where you can see me get up to all sorts of nonsense, such as dyeing all my own yarn when I don't crochet or knit anymore. Now we're looming. So we found a use for the yarn, everybody, and it only required an entirely new tool and skill set. If that's not a good example of me as a person in my life, there's not little else that is. Well, anyway, I just wanted you to meet Orlando Loom and also see what a $42 children's looming machine buys you. I'm very confident that this will be suitable for me as an adult. I'm pretty sure that someone's going to tell me I have to warp the whole thing, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it, because that scares me a little. I'm sure I could do it. Do I want to do it as my first try? Not really. I will let you know if I use some of their cheap yarn to practice on, but in general, I just wanted to introduce you to our new tool and tell you what I plan to be doing with this, which is to use all of my own hand-dyed yarns to make stuff. So I thank you so much, and I hope you will come visit me over on Patreon or any of the other places where you can find me doing fiber arts. I'm all over the place, but also my Facebook group, The Weaver Birds, is full of extremely supportive and very kind people. The rule there is be nice or get out. Same as my classroom. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope I've earned a like or subscribe today. If I did, please hit one of the buttons. I would be most appreciative. We're getting closer to the goal of 1,000 subscribers, where I can become a verified human. You only exist after 1,000 people watch your videos, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!